Oh god! Oh no!
What's up everyone, I'm Crazy K, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the game Deceit. I'll be giving you a brief overview of the game, and then I'll be telling you the things I love about the game and the things I hate about the game. And then I'll be letting you know whether or not I think this game is worth your time and, well, not your money, because it's a free game. Deceit is a free horror deception game that was released back in March 2017 by Baseline. And I'm just gonna tell you right up front, this game gives me a lot of Dead by Daylight vibes. So you start off with a group of 6 players, and like most deception games, some of you are the good guys and some of you are the bad guys. If you're one of the 4 survivors, what you want to do is start gaining weapons and items to make sure you can take care of the bad guys when they come at you. And your main goal is just to escape and survive. You have to survive through the blackout phases and find fuses all around the map. Once enough fuses have been placed into the fuse boxes around the map, then you can advance on to the next area of the map. Or at the end of the map, you can exit and win the game. But there are 2 things that make this process really difficult. First, you don't know who's on your team, so you don't know who to trust at all. Second are the 2 monsters in the group that want to punch your face into the dirt and rip your body to shreds. If you're one of the 2 infected players or monster players, then what you want to do is simple. Kill everyone else. And like every other deception game I've ever played, you have proximity voice chat. If people are close to you and they're chatting, you'll hear them. But if people are too far away, you won't hear them at all. So if you get too far away from the rest of the players, no one will hear you scream. There are a couple states of play in this game too. There's the normal white period where everything's bright and lit up and you can see pretty well. And then there's the blackout period where the monsters can begin to transform. During the blackout period, it's really hard to see and it gives it an even more eerie and spooky feel. If you're one of the infected, you need to drink blood bags so that you can transform into your terror form. But be careful, because when you drink the blood bag, an audible gulp sound plays for any player nearby to hear. Players can also see when blood bags are missing, and they can deduce that you might have drank it if you were close by. The 2 different states of play in this game are actually really well done. It's kind of like visible cues for you should be doing something different. When it's light out, you should be looking for items and seeing what everyone else is doing so you can try to figure out who might be infected. If you are infected, this is a good time to try to sandbag the game or to try to help people and make them think that you're a good guy. But ultimately, you want to be grabbing blood bags so that you can transform when the blackout happens. When the blackout actually does happen, the survivors need to grab fuses and survive. That's the name of the game for them. Find the fuses that are highlighted, grab them, take them to the points on the map, and then leave that area of the map. If you're infected during the blackout, you want to try to transform and kill people. But you just have to be careful not to make it too obvious so that they know that you're the killer. Once you've gone through this cycle a few times, you really start to get the hang of the game and know what you should be doing. Another nice thing is that the strength of the monsters and the survivors doesn't feel too different. Whether you're a survivor or an infected, you always have a fair chance to win the game. The items go a long way in balancing the game. They are what tilt the scales back to even for the survivors. Items range from scanners that can tell you whether or not a person is infected, shotguns, body armor, and even flashlights to blind the monster so they can't attack you. The whole atmosphere of the game is just so spooky, and it makes the game a lot more fun and engaging. Other deception games have a bit of that feel because you don't know who's who, but this game with the horror, it just kicks it up to a whole nother level. My absolute favorite part of this game, hands down, has to be the blackouts. The first time you're playing, you're just trying to figure out what's going on and why everything just went completely dark.
We got it. We got it. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh my god.
And about that time, usually a monster pops up out of nowhere and absolutely crushes your skull. These blackout periods end up giving more meaning to the light periods because you can actually see a timer in the top right hand corner of the screen that tells you when the next blackout is. Just the fact that you know a blackout is coming keeps you on your toes. I've played quite a few survival games. This one definitely gets my stress and excitement levels way up there. And it's definitely the scariest deception game I've ever played.
I'm so scared right now.
So let's move on to the things I didn't like so much. The first negative I noticed was the community. When you're new to the game, you end up being matched against other people who are also newer to the game. game. This means that you're a lot more likely to run into trolls when you first start out playing. Me and my friends had our fair share of games destroyed by trolls.
What the heck just happened?
What? Someone just stabbed me
I saw
immediately.
that. I saw you.
Dang it.
He went this way. Oh, this guy. What is this guy doing?
This is something that every social deception game has to deal with.
Okay. Good try. Yeah, just teabag the crap out of that guy.
Deceit has two ways of dealing with trolls and toxic players. First, you can obviously just report any toxic player, but also at the end of each game, you can give one player bonus reputation just to say that they're a good player. Honestly, with just banning players who get reported in these two systems, I think that's as much as the developers can do. Another big problem I had with this game was the tutorial. If you try to click on the tutorial, it actually just takes you to a YouTube video. When I first started the game, I was like, I don't really want to watch a YouTube video. I want to play the game. I want to experience it. I want to have fun with my friends. So I did what every player would do. I went straight into the game and just started playing. This means that a lot of new players don't really have the direction they need for what they should be doing. And since then, I've watched the video and it's honestly a lot more like a game trailer than it is a game tutorial. I think coming up with an in-game tutorial would go a long way to helping new players stick around and keep playing. But my biggest gripe with this game was actually the voice chat. When you first start the game, everyone's default settings for their microphones are 150% output volume. On top of that, everyone's audio input, so like what you hear in your headphones, is automatically set to 150% too. So a lot of my first games, I spent so much time just figuring out and messing with the audio settings. It also meant that everyone sounds like they're screaming into their mics, and your ears are getting blasted the whole time, and it's just a really unpleasant experience right off the bat.
I only have a knife.
Don't worry, your microphone has the power to kill.
Although it did make for one really awesome experience where I was an infected and everyone said my mic was peaking and blaring in their ears. So I just started screaming as I transformed, and it distracted them all long enough for me to kill every one of them.
Mike, dude. Oh. Get him! Oh my god. Dude, the noises, dude, that your mic is making are unholy.
Now, I've played social deception games before, so I understand what the devs were trying to fix. There's a lot of people who play these games with really bad mics, or their mics are really quiet. But honestly, I'd rather deal with not being able to hear people than people blowing out my eardrums. So please just make the default 100% and it'll all be okay. Overall, I would say that this game definitely isn't for everybody, but it does have a specific niche audience out there. If you enjoy Project Winter or Among Us or Dead by Daylight, then this game might just be for you. I would say the best playing experience though comes with playing with friends. So if you want to just get you and the boys together for a fun night of video games, this game will definitely do that. Especially because you know all the boys can afford free. And you know what? If you're a fan of deception games, then hey, might as well check out my review of Enemy on Board. And if you're just a fan of indie PC gaming, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel because I'm here to help you guys find new indie games that you'll love. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.